I really like you, so will you go out with me? I'm Yuhei Nita, and I'm in the fall of my last year of middle school. I dreamed to shoot my shot and ask out the girl of my dreams. Her name was Hana Serizawa, and she was easily the prettiest girl at my school. Being in the same class, I thought that we were starting to get a bit closer to each other, and this was my big chance. I was feeling pretty good vibes between us, so I honestly thought that it was gonna go well. But...
well, I appreciate your feelings, but sorry.
Huh?
I thought we were just friends, but I really couldn't imagine ever actually dating you or anything. Yeah, anyway, I have plans now, so I gotta go.
And with that, my heartfelt confession of love ended in abject failure. The next day, the news spread across my entire grade. Hey, did you seriously ask out Hana?
Don't you know your position on the social ladder?
You know Hana is way out of your league, right? Even Tanaka from the baseball team asked her out, you know.
The only silver lining was that the entire school didn't find out, but a few days after that, I overheard Hana talking to one of her hangers-on.
Oh, Hana, I heard Yue asked you out the other day. Why'd you turn him down? Oh, him? Poor guy. Just because I was a little nice to him, he must have got the wrong idea. It's actually kind of funny. What? You mean he never even had a chance? Duh! I mean, I already got asked out by Tanaka from the baseball team and Sato from the basketball team. And they're both 100 times hotter than Yue. Why would I settle for someone like him? Yikes, I feel kind of bad for him now. You really like leading people on, don't you? Don't you feel sorry at all for breaking the heart of a pure guy like him? Not even a little. In fact, he should be thanking me for giving him even a little bit of hope that I liked him back. But, you know, there's just no way someone as hot as me could ever fall for anyone so plain. You're such a monster. That's hilarious. I mean, that guy needs to look in a mirror sometime.
That conversation traumatized me. And I was sure that if I even dared to talk to anyone about it, they would just laugh at me. It ruined the rest of my time at middle school. I vowed to do whatever I could to put my blue middle school memories behind me and start over in high school. I formed a plan to give myself a complete makeover during the spring break for the beginning of my first day. I put aside my favorite TV shows and YouTube comedy videos and spent all my time on self-improvement. I lost my glasses for contacts, and I went to the salon for tips on how to wear my hair. And thanks to the workout and jogging routine that I began in winter, I was starting to build a bit of muscle too. And with high school starting just a few days away, it was like the old me was completely gone. No one would call me a loser ever again, is what I wish that I could say, but I hoped that at least people would look at me in a new light. Alright, I actually did it! My goal now is to find some brand new friends and meet a girl who is actually right for me. But life often has its way of throwing curveballs. It was the day before my first day of school, and while I was on my daily jog, I saw a kindergarten-aged girl jump out in the middle of the street for her ball. Usually it was a pretty quiet street, but just then, a car happened to be passing through. Look out! Before I knew it, I bolted out to try and get her back to the sidewalk. But I ran with so much force that I ended up in the street myself. I felt a sudden crash into my side, and I immediately lost consciousness. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. From what I heard, the car managed to stop just before hitting me. I wasn't actually run over, I just fainted out of fear. The emotional pain of how uncool I was back there was almost worse than the physical pain. Specifically, when I fell down, I didn't follow through and I fractured the bones in my arm and my leg. It would take 2 weeks for me to completely recover. I didn't just miss my entrance ceremony, but I'd also be absent for the most critical days when people were supposed to meet me. I injured myself in the most embarrassing way, and now I'm basically the unluckiest guy in the world. In other words, I tripped at the starting line in a spectacular fashion, and now my hopes of making new friends at all were dashed. Before I knew it, the open house period for all the new sports teams and clubs were finished, and I ended up alone and friendless in none of them. It wasn't supposed to end like this. At this rate, forget a girlfriend. I might even finish high school with no friends at all. But one day, about a half a month later, our seating chart changed, and the girl next to me struck up a conversation.
Hey, what was your name again?
Huh? And that was how I met Akari Fushime.
Wait, I don't remember seeing you at the entrance ceremony at all. Did you introduce yourself on the first day?
Oh, actually I was absent for the first few days of school.
Oh, really? Were you skipping, you bad boy?
No, it's kind of a long story.
Sounds like you must live a pretty exciting life then. I'm Akari Fushime, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm Yute Nita. Nice to meet you too, I guess.
I'm not doing anything right now, but I used to play volleyball in middle school.
Oh, yeah? I mean, you do kind of have that outgoing volleyball player vibe.
You think so? What about you? Do you play anything?
Nah, I wasn't around for all the open houses, so I missed my chance for everything.
Wow, unlucky.
And everyone already formed their cliques, so I feel like I'm too late for that, too.
Sounds like you were born under an unlucky star or something.
As much as I hate to admit it, you might be right. Akari was the type of person who makes friends with everyone, so she was happy to strike up a conversation even with someone as ostracized as me. And she was certainly easy on the eyes, too. I overheard quite a few guys proclaiming her as the second cutest girl at the school. As for the number 1 spot, well, that could only be the person who traumatized me in the first place, Hana Serizawa. All I could do was pray that I never ran into her my entire time here. It had been a week now since Akari and I started to make small talk here and there. I was watching my favorite comedian on YouTube and she came up to me to take a look.
Hey, what you looking at?
Yeah, my phone.
I know that, silly. I'm asking you what you're watching on your phone.
Just something on YouTube. My favorite comedian just posted a new video.
Oh, you follow a bunch of different comedians then?
Yeah, I guess a few here and there. I was always pretty big into comedy, but ever since I had time to kill in the hospital after that accident, I got pretty addicted.
Who is it?
Yeah, well, it's this group called Wooden Bat.
No way, you like them too?
Yeah, I mean, their jokes are really clever, and they've got really good banter. You know them?
Yeah, they're my faves. Hey, have you listened to their podcast? That's really good too.
Yeah, I always listen. Look, you can see how many I have in my podcast app.
Oh yeah! Whoa, can I see your favorites list?
What? That's kind of embarrassing.
I'll show you mine.
It turned out that Akari was a dyed-in-the-wool comedy fan, but she hid it from all her closest friends because no one else shared her level of interest. After unexpectedly finding kindred spirits in each other, we quickly chatted away like songbirds about our favorite videos and our favorite podcast episodes. Maybe I missed our chance to reinvent myself for high school, but I did find one true friend, and maybe that was enough for me. As for someone that didn't have to reinvent themselves, Hana was just as popular in high school as she was in middle school. I even heard that the so-called cutest girl at school apparently had her own throng of guys that she got to do her bidding. I guess I just had poor taste back then, although it's easy to say that in hindsight. One day...
Hey, you! You said you didn't come to school for a while, right? What's the deal with that anyway?
Oh, did I not tell you?
Nope, but I've always wondered. Oh, but if it's something you don't want to talk about, you don't have to tell me.
Nah, I trust you, Kari. Besides, it's not like it's a big deal or anything. I began to half-jokingly explain my situation. And so, even though I didn't actually get run over, I tripped and fell and broke a bunch of bones, and I had to go to the hospital.
What?
I tried to play it off as a joke, but from the look on her face, I could tell that I bombed it. Oh well, I guess just because I love comedy, I shouldn't expect to be a good comedian.
But, by the way, when was this exactly?
The day before the first day of school, I guess.
Where?
At Yukitown Park. There's a beef bowl restaurant right around there if you go straight ahead. Kari, is everything okay?
Huh? Yep, nothing wrong with me. I'm in perfectly good operating condition.
Why are you phrasing it like that? She started acting strange the whole rest of the day. Later that night, I got a text from her. Huh? What's this about? She wants me to come to Yukitown Park? She had never asked me to go anywhere like this after school before. I didn't know what this was about, but I decided to head out there and meet her just to see. I arrived at the park about 5 minutes earlier than the time we agreed on. It was just about dinner time, so the usual parade of playing children was currently absent. Hey, Kari!
Oh, you!
She turned around alongside with a kindergarten-aged girl? Who is this? Oh, wait, I feel like I've seen this person somewhere before.
Yeah, she's, I don't know how to say this.
In the moment where she was struggling to say something...
Oh, you're the tripping guy!
The girl next to her shouted out in surprise. When I saw her face, the details of the accident jumped out from somewhere deep in the back of my mind. Huh? The tripping guy? Oh wait, you're that kid from back then? This was the person that I tried to protect after she jumped out onto the street after her ball.
Hey, didn't I tell you it was rude to point, Miku? And this nice man was trying to save your life.
Okay, sorry, tripping guy.
What is going on here?
Sorry, you. Let me try to explain.
And then, Akari began to explain what I had already figured out. The girl that I attempted to help that day was actually her little sister, Miko. After seeing me take my magnificent tumble, she got scared and ran away. She tried to explain what happened over dinner, but although the rest of her family was surprised to hear her story and went looking for me, they just didn't find anything. In the end, they couldn't tell if she was just making the whole thing up. But when Akari heard my story, she immediately connected the dots and called me out here to thank me and apologize.
I'm so sorry, you.
I'm really sorry.
No, please, don't worry about it. Lift up your heads, okay?
But you saved my sister, and instead of any kind of thanks, your big high school entrance was ruined.
It's really not a big deal. There's nothing to apologize for. I'm just glad that someone appreciates what I did.
Yeah, Yeah, I guess you're right. Thank you so much, you, from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you! It was so cool how you were so uncool.
You're welcome. I'm glad that Miku wasn't hurt back then. I never got a chance to ask her after I blacked out. Besides, now I'm actually kinda glad that I didn't get to make the big entrance that I planned in high school.
You are?
Yeah, because that meant that I got to get to know you, and that's a win in my book.
You really think so?
Oh, sorry, that sounded kinda weird, didn't it? Sorry. Just don't read into that too much or anything.
It's fine. I'm really glad I got to know you, too.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. I've never had so much fun talking about my interests with anyone, and you're so nice. I feel really blessed that we could become friends.
Hey, Kari? Both of us locked eyes as we opened our mouths at the same time. And right at that crucial moment...
Are you gonna kiss?
Jeez, Miku!
This is the time when two people kiss, right? I saw it on a TV show.
Hey, what shows are you watching? I'm so sorry about this.
Oh, it's fine. I'll see you tomorrow!
Yeah, see you at school.
From that day on, our relationship changed a bit. Ever since we met at that park, Akari and I started to get even closer.
Sorry I'm late, you. I had to take care of some stuff with student council.
Oh, no worries. I just got here myself, so yeah, ready to go? First of all, we found out that we live close by each other, and so we decided to start walking home together. But we didn't want to leave people getting the wrong idea seeing us leave school, so we decided to meet up a little ways away from school.
Oh, my friend was saying they really liked the crepes from that place.
Oh, really? Well then, do you want to stop by? They don't look very expensive either.
Yeah.
We would stop and get snacks or visit little cafes or bookstores along the way.
This is good.
Yeah, I don't really eat crepes that often, but this is better than I expected.
The happiness I feel right now might even rival how I feel listening to a usual Wooden Bat podcast episode.
Not one of their best ones, though, right?
Nah, let's not get carried away.
Talking with Akari, walking with Akari, watching Akari smile. She began to fully occupy a special place in my heart, and before I knew it, I was in love. After the hell that I went through in middle school with Hana, I was honestly pretty afraid of falling in love again, but Akari made me feel like I wanted to brave those uncharted waters again. Maybe if we were able to deepen our relationship a bit more, then I could have been the one to ask her out. That's what I thought at the time. But one day... Hey, you got a sec? As I was talking to Akari, one of our classmates surprisingly came up to us. Did you need something?
Huh? What is it?
Well, sorta. Take a look at this.
That's...
The guy pulled up a picture of Akari and I walking together side by side on his phone. No matter how you looked at it, it was pretty clear that someone snuck that picture of us. Does this mean that you two are a thing?
There's been a lot of rumors going around about it too. This pic's apparently been making the rounds for a while.
Akari was the second cutest girl in the school, and she'd been spotted walking out and about with a guy who didn't really seem to have any other friends in his class. It was obvious that anyone interested in gossip would turn their ears. It's not like that.
Yeah, exactly. Our houses are just in the same direction, so we end up walking together a lot.
Well, how about this one then? Is this really you, Yuhei?
He pulled up another picture and my breath caught my throat. Somehow, they managed to dig up a photo of me before my dramatic makeover.
Huh?
It only made sense that Akari would be surprised. Back then, I had long, scruffy hair and I wore boring glasses. I looked nothing like how I do now. Yeah, that's me.
Actually?
Wow, you really changed a lot, huh? Sure, I guess.
Oh, are you talking about the Yue and Akari rumor?
Yeah, and he's just confirmed that the middle school picture was him too.
For real? That really ugly one? That's hilarious. He thought he could escape all that in high school. Hey, Akari, maybe you should rethink going out with this loser. It's kind of a bad look, don't you think? Hey, cut it out right now.
Whoa, calm down, okay?
Yeah, I was just joking.
But it is true that you two aren't a good match for each other, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Just leave it alone already.
This is starting to get interesting.
Right before I was about to raise my voice, a familiar figure walked into the classroom.
I hate to break it to you, Akari, but that guy's a real loser. You really shouldn't give him any more time than he deserves. You know he tried to ask me out in middle school, too. I didn't even have to think for a second before I turned him down.
Hana. The cutest girl at our school, and the person who instilled a lifetime's worth of trauma back in me in middle school. You were the one who started those rumors, weren't you?
Excuse me? Don't you know it's rude to accuse people out of the blue?
No, I have good reason to believe it. Who else would have that middle school picture of me and the motive to leak it? Of all the people I met at that school, there was no one else I could think of besides her.
You're so annoying. All right, fine, I admit it. Are you happy now?
But why?
You think after daring to ask me out, you can just shift gears and pretend it never happened? You make me sick.
From what I could tell, it sounded like she didn't seem too happy about the good atmosphere between me and Akari.
I'm doing this favor for you out of the kindness of my own heart, Akari. You should really ditch this bottom feeder and find someone better. What do you know about you?
Akari? As if to protect me from Hana, she grabbed my arm tight in front of the whole class.
What exactly is so wrong with being a bit shy in middle school, huh? He's really nice and fun to talk to, and we have so much in common. I don't know what I would have done if we went to middle school together, but I'm here now, and I'm not gonna let you bully him like this. Oh, I see how it is. So now the second cutest girl in school thinks she is the right to talk back to me? You're the one who's stuck on her high horse here. Most people would know better than to stick their noses in other people's business, you know. Don't you have any shame at all? Why, you little…
That's enough, Hana.
You… Stay out of this, loser. You're the one who asked me out, remember?
I'm not the same person I was back then, okay? And right now, I couldn't have less feelings for you if I tried.
What?
Akari, thank you for coming to my rescue.
Don't worry about it. I mean, it's only natural because
Akari, I like you. I'm really sorry that you have to hear it like this, but I knew that I had to be the one to say it, okay? I love you, Akari.
Yeah, I like you too. I like you so much.
No matter what you say, nothing is gonna change that, Hana. If you ever so much as lay a finger on her, I will never forgive you.
Like I even give a crap about you anyway. You can both go off and be losers together for all I care.
And with that, Hana ran out of the classroom with the winds taken out of her sails.
Phew, I'm glad that's over with.
You could say that again.
Hey, did you really mean what you said to me back there?
Of course, I love you, Akari. Will you go out with me?
I love you too. I can't think of anything better.
Congratulations? When I heard my classmate's voice, we were shocked back to our senses. Oh, yeah, we're in the middle of the classroom, aren't we?
I guess that really makes us super official, doesn't it?
Well, I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you are right for each other now.
I'm sorry for all the mean things we said about you before. I wish you both all the best.
Thank you.
This is so embarrassing.
But all's well that ends well, right?
I guess so.
Things were kind of messy for a while, but I think everything's gonna be okay, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I may have screwed up my high school reinvention, but that ended up being the catalyst for getting to meet you.
I guess that's true. Maybe you were born under a lucky star after all.
You might be right.
I look forward to getting to know you even better from now on.
I can't wait either. The next thing to decide on was where we'd go for our first date this weekend. My heart was overflowing with more happiness than I had ever felt in my entire life just thinking about it.